Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with the free pick in the Toledo versus Marshall college basketball matchup on Wednesday, December 13th, 2023. Of course, we do tons of free picks every day at Pickdawgz, but if you're looking for the games I like the best, those are the ones we put under the Premium Picks tab at Pickdawgz. You can use the discount code PICK for 15% off. We also have the Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays meant for people who make bigger bets. If that's you, go ahead and text the number that's on the screen. I make big bets, so I know you'd lot to do as well. So go ahead and text. But let's get to this one. We've got Marshall visiting Toledo, and Toledo off to a 5-4 start to the season, but 3-1 straight up and against the number at home this season. 6-3 against the number overall. Meanwhile, Marshall 3-6 on the season, 1-1 on the road, and 1-1 against the number on the road. 3-6, same as their record when they're looking at against the number overall. You know, Toledo plays in the MAC. We know it's a one-bid conference, so every game is going to count, but the games that really count in the MAC are those MAC tournament games. We look at Toledo recently, the wins over Northern Iowa and against Oakland. Against Oakland, they were 1.5-point dog, won that game outright. Stopped a 4-game losing streak. George Mason, Indiana State, UC Irvine, and New Mexico. They were favored only against George Mason in that bunch and lost pretty badly in that game. Wins over Wright State, ULL, kind of didn't get it done for them as far as things go overall. And it looks like it might be a tough year for Toledo in the MAC after all. When we look at Marshall, well, just not quite up to Marshall standards, but they do have that win over Ohio, another MAC team last time out, 74-69. They were an 8-point dog. It was at Ohio. They beat them outright. They also played Miami of Ohio, another MAC team. They were 11-point favorites in that game, lost by 5. You know, this is college hoops. A lot of times it just doesn't make any sense. And of course, it never looks like what it looks like on paper. And that is why they play the games and why college basketball, traditionally one of the toughest sports to bet, one of the most unpredictable things. And that's what makes March Madness the most popular, kind of event of the year, like outside of really the Super Bowl, I would say. And maybe in some cases, looking over the course of the entire thing, maybe even more people, at least in the U.S., watch it. But it's because of the unpredictability and the anything can happen, and that's what makes it exciting. And I think when we look at Marshall, terrible offensively, but Toledo just awful defensively. Team shooting over 50% against them, and that has been the problem for the Rockets this season and why they haven't been able to get it done. You know, same thing when we look at the Toledo offense. 48.4% from the floor. Marshall's offense, not good. Marshall's defense, not good either. And Toledo, of course, hits those threes at over 39%, and that's what kind of makes them who they are. We do have a pretty big number in this one, and what we've seen is that, well, Toledo's defense, just not all that encouraging for me to lay that kind of number. I'm going to take Marshall in the points, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, be sure to use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com, 100% free, and it'll tell you how often historically each of the bets have come in, helping put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.